Welcome back, everybody. What's going on? Anita, MelodicMic, coming to you with a great topic.
Welcome to the Mac Show, everybody. Today we want to talk about how to deal with not being accepted.
Accepted.
MelodicMic, it's a really humbling feeling, which can be really hurtful, and that automatic response that constantly keeps us in pain when we feel we're not being totally accepted.
Right.
Do you agree with that?
It's a struggle. And I think many people, no matter if you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, and even beyond, you struggle with being accepted.
Absolutely. And how do you really resolve that? I mean, sometimes some of that stuff is taught through our own life experience and living in a daily environment with all the responsibilities that we tackle and all the unknowns that fall in our way. And sometimes there's got to be some points where we really got to have some learnings so we can move forward and tackle this a lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally agree. I mean, I just want to jump in that there's things that right now I think we struggle with when it comes to social media. Let's just throw this out there real quick. When
Good
it comes
point.
to like, how many people are following, the numbers,
Yes.
right? The numbers, how many likes and how many times that people are paying attention to us, and then how we want to just fit in with the masses and be that light.
And do we always get validation and acceptance going through those motions?
Right.
Sometimes we do, but how do we handle it when we don't?
No.
And how important is that? I have a really good technique that I think will really help you, and it's really helped me. And I focus on really just one concept, and that's the word authorize.
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 Please,
So
do tell.
instead of getting addicted to the phrase, I'm looking for acceptance or I need acceptance, I want to really authorize myself and give myself the empowerment on managing how I'm going to take bad news, good news, uncertainty, and things like that.
So you're preparing yourself.
You're really preparing yourself internally, actually emotionally and mentally, and really doing almost a reboot of your state of mind and your mental state.
Okay.
And I think it can really help. How do we do it?
Yeah.
Some of the techniques that I've used, three really come to mind. Number one is you change your reaction to yourself and diminish the intensity. Number one, by breathing and taking deep breaths and really having a 30-second, could even be 10-second pause to really understand and process that immediate emotion. And what is that? How is that overcoming you? And by taking the deep breaths, you can really control the intensity of that going forward. Number two, focus on the source. We talk about this. Where
Yes.
is the source of hurt coming from? Is it from a stranger? Is it from my boss? Is it from my significant other? Is it from my child? Is it from my parent? And reprioritize the meaning based on the source that's being delivered to you.
So really get to know what's getting at you. Like, be honest with it too. Like, don't sugarcoat anything. Like, oh, it could be that. You know what's bothering you. You know what's really eating you up inside. Be honest about that.
And should there be a level of priority based on the source? I really believe there should be. For example, if you have a loved one and they have some constructive criticism or you've been left out of something, I can really understand how that can be magnified versus there's a stranger that gave me a dirty look or didn't like my information online or what have you. So really prioritizing the source is almost very, very imperative. What do you think, Melodic Mike?
I totally agree, because there's times where people will say stuff and just you let it brush it off. You just brush it off because it doesn't matter, right? But there are those people that that care about you, that love you, that want to see the best for you, and their opinion actually does matter.
And become a master of filtering out that noise. It's unnecessary, it blocks your energy, and it poses as an obstacle, which you really don't need.
Right.
And the third thing is, I like what I call a power play move. Okay, a power play move. Tackle your defense from another angle. Sometimes when we are being left out or we're not being accepted or we're being criticized, maybe it's not intentional. Maybe the source didn't get enough sleep. Maybe the source is ill. Maybe the source is drunk. Maybe the timing. So there's so many factors of why someone might make a statement to you, pick on you, challenge you, be ignorant,
Right.
etc. So sometimes I really stop and think, I wonder where they're coming from
Okay.
on this message.
Got it.
And I think it takes a while to practice that, but once you do, again, it supports that power play move.
Mm-hmm.
And you really have to channel that to really understand. And then, do you want to make that significant or not? Think
Right.
about it.
You brought up one thing that there's this constant throughout everything Anita's saying. You. It goes back to you.
You're
right?
the action.
You're the act. You have to take action. You also got to process this, and you have to look in the mirror. Are you really fulfilling yourself, or are you so worried about everything else that's happening, everyone else and what they have to say? Are you really taking the time to build yourself up, to really bring that confidence out, to really accept and embrace who
Absolutely.
you are, mind, body, and soul? It goes back to you. Because once you get that going, then you'll know what it feels like to be accepted, because you accepted yourself.
And you're managing your actions.
Mm-hmm.
So thoughts and actions go hand in hand, and they can only be managed very well when they're well thought out, you have clarity, and you have some really good techniques.
Follow through.
Absolutely.
Make sure you follow through. And speaking of, we want to know what's going on with you. Comment below.
Please do.
And
Let us know.
Subscribe. Share any of our videos. We definitely want to reach out and touch more people and answer more questions as we're filtering through all the emails that are coming through. We appreciate all the love and support.
And remember, our vision for the Mac Show is we want you to be the action. So stay tuned for more great episodes. I'm Anita K, everybody.
I'm MelodicMic.
Thanks for watching the Mac Show.
See you next time. Me.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah. Mic check.